Hey guys, welcome back to Flat Creek Outdoors. I'm Phil, and the weather here in Central Virginia, let me tell you, we got spoiled in the last couple weeks with a bunch of days in the upper 50s and in the 60s and a couple even in the 70s. And last night though, it got cold. They had freeze and frost warnings. It's still cold and the wind is blowing and it's a dry, cold wind. So I'm out here today kind of struggling to adjust. I think I have on like wintertime layers. I think I have 4 layers. The way that wind is blowing, and I'm not really moving yet, so I'm not warmed up yet, but man, I didn't want to get out of the truck. I'm out here today because I need to catch up on firewood. I feel like I'm behind. Easter is this upcoming weekend. I'm going to publish this just after Easter, so hopefully you guys had a happy Easter. But I was hoping by now I would have probably 50% more wood split and stacked than what I have, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And anyway, I'm taking this opportunity with it being cold to come out here, do some firewood work, and I've got about 4 hours today, which is more than I pretty much ever dedicate to doing one single session of firewood. So if you watched the channel before, there's just a lot that we have to do on our property between the Christmas tree farm and other maintenance, and then firewood as a side business on top of all that. It seems like I never dedicate more than an hour or two here and there to doing the firewood, but today we're going to do a big chunk of firewood, and I already have a whole bunch of stuff split up by the splitter and by the wood yard, I've been calling it lately. But I'm out here a little early and I didn't want to wake up the neighbors up there with the loud log splitter, so I figured I'd drive back here deep into the property where I can't bother anybody. We'll warm up the tractor, we'll get the carry-all hooked up because it's just over here off camera, then we'll go in the woods and we'll start gathering. So let's get into it. Well, I found the carry-all lift capacity. I actually had to leave 4 rounds in the woods because it wouldn't lift up the carry-all on the back. So I've got a partial load here. Many of those rounds are quite large, so we'll have to stand the splitter up and break those rounds down a little bit. I also plan on changing the splitter's oil, so I'll do that. And some of the footage I might have missed when I was back in the woods. I actually pinched the saw once and had another little complication, but we missed all that because the battery died. But I had a backup battery out here where I parked the truck, so now we're good to go. I can put the other battery on the charger in the shed while we're splitting. And anyway, we're gonna get a bunch of stuff done, and I'm gonna share as much as I can with you as long as these batteries last. So let's go. Well, I was going to change the oil, but I can't get the drain plug off, so I sprayed it with some penetrating lubricant, and we'll go ahead and run this for a little bit and see if between heating it up and spraying the penetrating oil on there if that frees it up, and then we'll change it later. But for now, we'll get splitting. Making good progress here. All I've got left in the carryall are those really big rounds, and then I've got this stuff over here, which is the last of what I picked up in the trailer from that guy who had some logging done. I showed you that a couple videos ago. I already split on a little bit of that, you might have noticed in the video, but I just got to haul these rounds over here, 15 feet or so, over to the splitter. I've got all that oak over there that I can start cutting on. I'm going to keep cracking away on this until that's done, until the carryall's done, or until I run out of fuel. I don't exactly know what will happen, but I know I don't have any fuel left in any cans here today, so I'm going to have to refill on my next trip. But then I also need to start stacking on this. I think I'm going to end up taking down some of those cedar branches there. I just got that new pole saw, so I'm going to limb all that up. And this here, this stack that I put up faces south down in that direction. So it's like getting sun all day. This is like perfect spot, I think, to put firewood. So anyway, I think if I just limb those trees up and continue my pile on down in that direction, that'll work out really well. Took me about an hour and 10 or an hour and 15 minutes. I took a water break in the middle, but anyway, took me about that long to get through that carry-all full of wood, including those really big rounds, and then the other pile of wood that I had over there, the rounds that were from the guy who was logging. And anyway, got a nice size pile here, and there was some stuff on the ground already, so that's not all what came in the last hour and 15 minutes, but pretty good little split in session. I have a little bit more time out here today, but I'm not going to drag the camera along, so thanks for following along with me here today. If you got any questions or comments about what we do on our channel here at Flat Creek Outdoors, leave those below. I'm going to go get some more firewood out in the woods. I'm going to go load up this carry-all, bring it back up here, and then that should wrap it up for me for the day. So thanks again. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you on the next video.